Hello, and welcome to Fave Five From Fans, the podcast where I, your humble host, Jamie Ray, invite a friend to make a top 5 list of their favorite things that we share a common interest in. Then we sit down and compare and contrast, dissect and disseminate our choices for you, the listening audience, and let you decide who's right, who's wrong, and will we still be friends. So strap in for this episode of Fave Five From Fans. Welcome to Fave Five From Fans, our initial podcast. We've decided to kick off here with my buddy Chuck Soileau. Chuck, hey, how you doing?
I'm doing great, man. What's up?
Oh, man, just trying to knock out all of this, figure out what I'm going to do and how I'm going to do it.
I see that.
I thank you for meeting with us here at the AOC Community Media Center in the fabulous podcast booth.
Oh, it's awesome.
Chuck today is going to be the green microphone.
I'm green.
I'm going to be the blue microphone.
You're blue.
Blue microphone. And, yeah, well, you know, gotta love the Elvis. So we're going to talk about nothing in particular and everything that has to do with our podcast.
There you go.
So I've been going to all of my friends, both of them, and people that say they stick with me.
There might be a couple more in there that you don't really know about.
That's true. Maybe it'll all come out here.
Yes.
So I've got Joe Blumrich, who's going to be doing the top 5 zombie movies with me.
Okay.
That are not in the Romero universe.
Ah.
So that's important. There's no Dawn of the Dead.
Okay, now you got all these listed. Now, How many do you plan on doing? A week, a month?
Well, what I'm planning on doing is I would like to be bi-weekly to begin with. I don't think that that's too hard or too high of a goal to do. But what I want to do is put 5 in a can at one time.
Okay.
And then I'll send them to Matt here at AOC. I have to do a small little blog page. I have to put pictures and everything in it, which isn't a huge deal.
Gotcha.
10-1 on movie shows. I'll probably go out and find the movie poster for it, have some of those or whatnot. So anyway, I want to get 5 in a can and then do them every other week.
Okay.
Now, what people tell me is you really should have a weekly show, but
you're just getting started.
Yeah.
Learn the system, and then like you said, you only have 2 friends, so it's going to be hard
to
do a weekly show, man. I'm sorry.
And you're going to have to do your voice a little bit different.
I'm going to have to come in as a girl sometimes.
That's it. So then you and I are gonna do the top 5 Star Trek episodes.
Yes, I'm working on it. I've been working on it for like 6 months. I have 2 episodes.
Just so you know, I'm completely done with my.
Of course you are.
With my 2.
Of course you are.
So.
I know you're gonna do a Jaws, right? A Jaws one with Jennifer.
Actually, no, we're doing a shark movie.
Oh, okay.
Yes.
I thought for sure should be Jaws.
Well, I'm pretty sure her number 1 will be Jaws. But that's. I haven't know yet. So I'm doing top 5 Bruce Campbell appearances.
Got you.
With our friend Kevin Sincamano.
Oh, Kevin's not going to do X-Files?
No, not yet. But, I haven't put X-Files. It's on my list of things to do.
Okay. I'm coming for that one because I want to mess with Kevin.
Oh,
I want to sit right
there. You're
there.
always welcome to me.
Yes.
With all this glass, you can come up and give him some pressed ham, whatever you want to do.
Kevin owns Paper Heroes in Lake Charles, so if you're in Lake Charles, stop by his comic store.
That's right.
He'll love to talk comics with you.
Yeah, sure he would. I'm going to have my nephew Hunter Fusilier in, and he and I are going to do the top 5 Edgar Allan Poe adaptations as a TV or movie.
Wow.
So very specific on that one because there's so many different things. Like there's certain movies that have Poe-esque things in them, or certain movies like The Raven with John Cusack,
correct,
who is about Poe. So those don't count. These are ones where we took his actual literary works and turned them into a film or a TV series.
Okay. Oh, I think I just found you another friend to do one of these.
Oh, yeah?
My cousin Debbie Roderer from California.
That's right.
She's a genius.
She is.
She's a painter. She's a musician. She's a writer. She knows it all.
There we go.
She'd be great to have in here.
Well, and then you can call on the radio station here, or I can call her at 337-347-7236 and get her in from the comfort of her own home.
There you go.
Or isn't she in Tucson now? No.
Cankton. The Heine Winery.
Home of Heine Wine.
You got it. That's some good stuff.
So then my friend, Patrick Sean Bennett.
Oh, yes, Patrick, not Sean.
Not Sean.
Patrick.
The artist formerly known as Sean. He and I are going to do a very interesting podcast. It's probably my most specific podcast, and that is top 5 action or superhero 70s television episodes.
Okay.
Not just the TV series itself,
Just
but a
the
specific episode. And I'm going to give you just a taste. Just a taste.
Okay.
For example, my number 5 is the Kolchak the Night Stalker episode 7, The Devil's Platform.
Oh, okay.
Yes.
Love that show.
Love that show.
And Patrick is a very cool guy.
Yes, he is.
He just finished a convention with the original Shazam actor and the guy who played Billy, too.
That's correct.
Very cool guy. He gets some cool stuff like that.
And
in Lake Charles again.
Yes, and Lake Charles. And a little hint from, since this isn't going anywhere, next week he's going to Texas to meet Reb Brown.
Reb Brown.
And try
Captain
to get him Captain America himself.
No way.
Plastic Ear Captain America.
We got to go to that.
We do. We should have gone to the one last one. Just don't think about it, you know?
We're stupid because
that's true.
It was Billy Batson and Shazam, and we
Both.
didn't go.
We didn't go. He and Billy Batson had Alligator together.
Oh, no way.
Yes way.
And we missed it.
Totally missed it. So then another show that I think I'd like to get you and Kevin involved in are going to be top 70s toys that I loved.
Ooh.
Yeah.
I know your first one, $6 Million Man, I'm sure.
You're going to be surprised at my number 1.
All right, don't tell me. We'll wait.
That's right. I did a lot of soul searching and a lot of remembering.
Okay.
And I won't lie, $6 Million Man is on the list. He's very important. As a matter of fact, when we go to the blog for this episode, you'll even see a picture of me from 1976, Christmas morning.
Oh, I think I saw that picture before.
Yes.
I have 3. I'm going to say them, too.
Okay.
So far, 3.
Okay.
$6 Million Man.
Right.
Evil Knievel, the one and only.
That's right.
And, of course, Star Wars.
Of course.
Of course.
Those 3 are all on my big list, but will they make the top 5?
Oh,
Gonna have to wait and see.
Yes.
Then I've got top 5 ROM the Space Knight issues.
Okay, that one's pretty in your niche right there.
Yes, that's my Venn diagram only has one circle.
Maybe Tone will be good for that one.
No, actually, I've
Tone
got
Rodriguez.
a couple of guys from my ROM Pals group that I'd like to try to sync up and have 2 different people call in at the same time.
Oh, okay.
So I can go with that, 3 people triad that you were suggesting earlier. See how that goes.
There you go.
Next would be the top 5 Twilight Zone episodes.
Okay.
Don't know who I'm going to do that with yet.
Gotcha.
Top 5 70s Saturday morning cartoons.
Ooh, there's a lot of those,
I know, right?
70s rocked.
Yeah,
it
and
rocked.
sometimes they were only just one season,
Yes.
and some of those definitely aren't out there. You've got to search high and low. Got to dig off the convention tables there to find those.
Oh, like my Tarzan, The Epic Adventures.
Which we can't find. By the way, anyone out there listening, if you have a copy of the seasons of Tarzan, The Epic Adventures starring...
One season, like 13 episodes.
And who was it starring? He was a Jordache model, if I'm not mistaken.
No, that was the CW series.
Oh,
that was
okay.
CW. This was done independent syndication.
Okay. But they made some awesome toys for that.
Yeah. Yes.
Not just Tarzan, but they had John Carter, Warlord of Mars on there.
They
those
did.
toys. That was great. That was great.
Yes.
And then, of course, Uncle Gus, Wilbur Augustus. He and I are going to do the top 5 camp horror movies.
Oh, sweet.
Now, that's camp with no Y. So these are some serious films that all take place, murder and mayhem while you're at summer camp.
Okay, I can think of a couple. Sleepaway Camp, right?
Sleepaway Camp. I can bet you $1 million the Sleepaway Camp is number 1 on Uncle Gus's list.
Okay. Friday 13th was another, right? Camp.
That's right. Friday 13th 1 and 2 could possibly show up on the list.
3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12.
Nope, just 1 and 2. Just 1 and 2.
That's true. One was in New York. One was in... and Outer Space. Don't forget Outer Space.
Yeah, but there's a holodeck of them at a camp. So if I really wanted to, I could count
that. was in the new one. Yes.
Oh, yeah. There's actually several when I started to look it up. There's a great show on the Sci-Fi app right now called You Might Be the Killer, starring Allison Hannigan.
Oh,
and it was actually filmed here in Lafayette.
Really?
Yes. There's this other actor who was in Cabin in the Woods.
Okay.
Plays the head counselor at a camp where all the counselors are killed. And you start to try to figure out, is the killer after him or is he the killer?
Ah.
And Allison's scenes were actually filmed in a comic book store here called And Comics 2.
Really?
Yes.
I did not know that. Miss what's her name?
Allison. No, not Miss Teresa's.
Miss Teresa's.
Yeah,
oh, okay.
It was the other guy.
Yes.
And if you watch very closely at the beginning, you'll see a special cameo by Cody Chamberlain, another local artist.
Okay.
Who's walking around the store.
Oh, wow.
And it's pretty funny because Cody has a very unique ability to figure out where the camera was going to be pointing. and he hyper jumps between
in the scene.
So it's great.
Energized.
He and his son. So then we've got top 5 80s horror films.
Oh, wow.
Don't
There's
have a person for that. There are, and those are tough.
A lot.
You know, certain things that I had probably wanted to put on there, for example, Halloween came out in 1979.
Yes.
So it can't be on the list.
The first Halloween, 78.
So it can't be on the list.
Yeah. Friday the 13th came out in 80.
In 1980, that's correct. The Howling is another one. Of course, Scanners.
American Werewolf.
American Werewolf in London, 1981. Gotta love us some John Landis.
What?
So there's plenty of movies
and the
there.
Pepsi Cola guy.
The Dr. Pepper guy, David
Dr.
Naughton.
Pepper.
That's
yes.
right.
I'm a
That's
pepper.
right.
You're a pepper.
So then I've got top 5 Vincent Price films.
Oh, wow.
I don't have a guest for
How
yet.
many has he made over his career?
100.
It's got to be over 100.
Yeah, I think it's 102. I'd have to look that stuff up. But my short list was almost 30 things.
Wow.
Yeah, and that's tough because some of his films, they're a controlled over the top performance.
Yes, I saw one the other day. I forgot the name of it, but
which
it was
one?
just I forgot the name of it. It was just one of those acting movies that he made that you really like. Is he trying to be the scary guy, or is he? It's just hard to understand.
Right. And then of course everybody remembers the top 5 Vincent Price moments, including the Tiki Caves episode
I thought
of Brady
you were going to
Bunch.
say his voice in Thriller.
That's also another good one. Or the appearance on the Bionic Woman second season episode.
Yes,
Black Magic.
His last movie was Edward Scissorhands, right?
That's correct.
Yes.
That is correct.
Yes.
He was also played himself in the one season of The 13 Ghosts of Scooby-Doo.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, I can't find that yet. He's been on Get Smart.
Okay,
The
did not know
Love
that.
Boat. Tiny Toon Adventures. A lot of people may remember that he was on the Alice Cooper movie, Welcome to My Nightmare.
Really?
He and Alice supposedly had a very long-standing relationship. So that's pretty neat. So there's a lot of interesting things.
You know what's a shame about Vincent Price?
What's that?
Never in Star Trek.
I know. He would have been a great...
Star Wars. His buddy was in Star Wars.
Yeah.
But Star Trek, that'd have been awesome.
So many missed opportunities. So next will be the top 5 sci-fi horror scores.
Okay.
With another friend, Brian Perrin, musical genius. Thank you. Shout out to Brian for making our wonderful intro music.
Gotcha.
We're going to talk about not just the whole scores of a movie, but particular scores.
Like how simple John Carpenter's Halloween was. 3 notes? Is it with 3 notes?
And just plays it over and over in such a way that he captures.
Best score ever, really.
Ever.
3 notes.
Or Jaws, the Jaws theme.
There you go.
You know, the story goes is that Spielberg didn't have any music at first, and he asked John Williams to come up with something. And when John brought him the music at first and played it for him, supposedly Spielberg looked at him and said, "No, really, are you serious? This is what you want me to put in my movie?" Showed it to a theater, and they absolutely loved it.
It's just
the rest
simple.
is history.
The simple, the better.
That's right. Tone Rodriguez, another local comic book artist. He and I will be doing the top 5 John Carpenter films.
You were just sitting with Tone at your house.
Just sitting with Tone.
Great guy.
loaned him some cutting apparatuses.
Yes.
And that's all I'll say about that.
Yeah, I was a little confused. I thought they were going trick-or-treating, but it was for something entirely different.
I did wipe all of my fingerprints off before I gave it to him. So whatever
you see
happens.
Those two guys walking down your street in the neighborhood holding these utensils you gave him? Kind of scary.
Exactly. Another interesting one that I haven't even gotten on my list yet, but I have a page saved, is something I like to call the top 5 science fiction double features. So these are going to be a list of 10 movies that pair well together.
Okay.
So, for example, you may want to watch The Day the Earth Stood Still and follow that up with the original Invasion of the Body Snatchers.
There you go.
Both spooky, atmospheric movies about invaders.
Yes.
So it's a good pairing. Stop in the middle, get you some popcorn, go to the bathroom, go into the next.
Nothing like a good movie and popcorn. We hadn't done that in a while. Last time we watched the new Halloween movie at your house.
You know what we should have done?
Need to do that again.
We should go see Star Trek the Motion Picture at the theaters. That would be... I wish they would play stuff like that.
I didn't really want to go, and you kept begging me, and I was like, why?
But listen, I'm not going to hold it against you.
I know. That's for 10 years. I know.
If you just wanted to go.
Yeah, it was my fault. It was my fault. But,
speaking of, do you know what movie Abby and... that Lily and Tina went to go see this week was Beetlejuice.
Oh, when they do those retro movies on Tuesday, I believe? Right here in Lafayette,
right here in Lafayette at the Grand 16.
There you go.
And Lily loves that so much, she's going as Lydia.
Oh, sweet.
Yeah.
Are you going to be Beetlejuice?
No, Tina and I, of course, until she got hooked on this Beetlejuice, we were all going as Stranger Things cast.
Oh, okay.
So Tina is going as Joanne.
Okay.
And I'm going as Sheriff Hopper.
Oh, sweet.
Yeah.
You are Sheriff Hopper.
I am Sheriff Hopper.
Awesome.
Got the shirt. We'll see how it goes.
Awesome.
Then it'll be the top 5 shark movies.
Okay.
With Jennifer. And, of course, Jaws is going to be number 1.
Okay.
I'll even tell you right now what my first honorable mention is.
Jaws 4?
Jaws 2.
Okay.
Oh, God, not Jaws 4.
Come on, man.
Oh, not Jaws 4.
A shark in the Bahamas?
What?
Come on, that chases you?
It could definitely happen. I did just pick up The Shallows with Blake Lively.
Okay.
So I'm really interested to see that movie.
Okay.
Should be good.
Yeah, so she's on a rock in a bikini for like the whole movie?
Yeah, a rock or a buoy or something like that. Yeah, so I don't.
Yeah, but you're right. Jaws 2 is just as good as the first one.
It really is. It's just like Halloween 2.
They fit together.
Exactly.
Perfect.
But I already know from the list, I just didn't feel like I could put both Jaws and Jaws 2 on the list.
But it's like one movie.
It is. It is.
Just like Halloween. 1 and 2 is one movie. You can't not. And I'm so glad that they made Halloween 2 because from the stories I've heard, John and Deborah made very little money off of Halloween. Correct.
But when Halloween 2 came,
they were ready.
They got paid.
Yes.
And as they should have. They put a lot into that show.
Yes. Definitely.
So after I've done mine with Jennifer, I'm going to have her husband Lo in. And we're going to do top 5 food-related culinary classics.
There you go.
And, of course, with me, I've got to have my twist. No, like water for chocolate's not on it. No, waiter is not on it.
Okay.
My top 5 will have some wonderfully horrible movies like Food of the Gods.
Okay.
Or Attack of the Killer Tomatoes.
Oh, 1 and 2?
1 and 2.
Oh, man.
So I've got a lot of watching to do on that.
There you go.
Honestly, I'm pretty sure what my number 1's going to be already.
Okay.
But we'll have to see.
All right. I can't wait.
So next will be the top 5 Stephen King adaptations with a high school friend of mine, Holly Copeland.
Okay.
Goddess of all media for the city of Broussard.
Okay.
Her and her husband, Jerry, moved here just about a year or so ago. And we got to rekindle our friendship.
From where?
From up in North Louisiana.
Okay.
She came down here for a position working for Monclaw Park for the old horse farm that they're redoing.
Okay. Yes.
And then she...
Big city park, right?
Yes. And then she and Jerry... so she got this job now working for the city of Broussard. She works right with the mayor.
Oh,
so
sweet.
Really sweet. Really sweet. So she and I are going to go through those movies. And
so he just lost the election. Now she's unemployed.
No, he just won the election.
Okay, yeah.
That's the great thing.
There you go.
And she's actively working for him. For his next
next 4 years
yeah,
at least.
If he gets elected, we had lunch this week, and
okay.
One of the things that were said was if he gets reelected, she gets reelected.
There you go.
So,
guaranteed 4 years.
Another fun one that I'm looking forward to is top 5 musical numbers with my youngest daughter, Lily Ray.
Oh, okay. I thought that would be Tina in here with you with Grease and Dirty
no,
Dancing.
No. Tina is actually going to sit down with me for the top 5 Star Trek: The Next Generation memories.
Okay.
Okay, so this is going to be very special because obviously we've been married 27 years.
You made her watch it until she was brainwashed.
She absolutely loved The Next Generation.
With the drugs and everything, that helps.
Of course, you just sprinkle it on to her salad. She's good. But we have a lot of actually really good Star Trek memories.
That's good.
One of which being us every week when the show would come on singing the themes.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah.
Could you demonstrate a little bit of that?
Sure. Dun, da, da, dun, da, da, dun, da, 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 da,
okay.
da,
Beautiful.
Wait, I'm not finished.
Okay.
Da, 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 da.
Oh, love it.
Da, 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 da.
I'll just speak whenever you're done. Just
Right.
keep going.
So that should be a fun one.
Which came from the motion picture, which is a best theme.
Best theme.
But you love it. You love the next gen version more than you love the motion picture version.
I do. I have to say,
because it's a little bit quicker. It's a little bit upbeater.
Yeah, and to be honest, it has that memory with it because we really did sit and watch it, and we'd sing like that when it would come on.
And I sat through the motion picture.
I know.
In '79.
Yeah,
I had to do that. It was forced. But.
Oh, so bad, so bad. So then the next one's going to be one that, this guy Chuck Soileau is going to be in again.
I'm here again?
Yes, with his friend and mine, Kevin Cincamano.
Oh, okay.
Where we will be discussing top 5 $6 Million Man episodes.
Oh, yes.
That's going to be fun.
Last year I finished watching the 5 seasons again. I have to do it every once in a while.
That's like probably your 3rd or 4th rewatch, huh?
Gotta love it.
Gotta
love it. Especially the mustache years.
What?
Oh, my.
Oh, man.
Gotta love the mustache years.
His bionic porn stash.
Yes.
Oh, Lord. Then I got an interesting one here I'm going to be doing with a guy at work. A friend of mine named Bob Mackey. He and I are doing the top...
Doesn't he make clothes? Dresses and real famous in New York? Mackey?
He might be.
Yeah.
Oh, my gosh. He does disappear for like a week or so.
Yeah.
Oh, I'm going to have to ask him about that.
Please do.
I will. We're going to do top 5 covers of a song.
Covers of a song?
Yes.
Okay.
So, and it doesn't necessarily mean the best covers.
Right.
It could also mean the worst covers.
Okay.
Or did you even know it was a cover? Yeah. And then another local comic book artist, Damon Pelican, and I are going to sit down and talk about top 5 war movies.
Okay.
So that's going to be interesting because I love a
good war movie. There's a lot of them out there.
Yeah, there are. There are. But you know me, I've got to put my own spin on. Already on my list is going to be Starship Troopers.
Okay.
Because as far as I'm concerned,
even though it's all propaganda and
exactly,
it's still a weird, good movie.
It is a great, weird movie that is just it's about war.
Yes,
it really is.
Yes, doesn't matter if it's bugs or humans.
Exactly.
Now, who's this comic artist? What is he known for?
Damon is actually a burgeoning comic book artist.
Okay.
He is currently just finished his first 8-page comic preview of his title called Murphy's Foobar.
Okay.
Which is a tale about a Vietnam veteran who's kind of at the end of his rope, and he stumbles upon this bar run by a gentleman named Murphy.
Okay.
Who may or may not have a little mystical powers.
Oh.
So
now, is this guy helping you with your ROM comics or not?
No. As a matter of fact, we'll have to talk about that because
Yes.
the ROM comic 76 and 77.
Yes, issue 76 and 77.
They're not actually dead in the water, but
It's kind of a standstill right
it's
now.
kind of a standstill right now. Yeah,
Okay.
and I hate to say it, but buddy of mine, Cody Chamberlain, that we talked about earlier, that made the Fave Five From
Yes.
Fans logo, had a good talk with me and kind of made me see that there's a lot of time that would be wasted because I wouldn't have a lot to do with it afterwards.
Okay.
I could give it away, but even if there
Well,
was,
with all the rights issues,
Exactly.
you can't use this
and I
that.
want to use all
and-
of the characters, the Spider-Man, Venom, all of those guys.
Now you
So-
could make it for yourself, just not.
right. And I have the
distribute it.
covers done, so I've got those hanging in the man cave.
Well, you can finish it for yourself.
I
You don't
may.
have to
I'm
stop.
still working on
don't
storyboards
stop,
occasionally,
you know.
But we'll see. I do have another comic I'm working on now.
Uh-oh.
Yeah, it's called Escape to Death.
Oh, yeah, you told me about that. Yeah.
It's 3 tales about people who managed to snatch defeat from the jaws of victory.
Right. And one of your comic friends helped you
Yes,
organize
they're
that because you
all-
were going in a different direction,
Exactly.
and he kind of helped
Cody
you.
again.
Yes.
And actually, Cody and Matt Hernandez and Damon and Tone have all been very helpful in.
Oh, Tone's going to be involved?
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah.
Yeah, we didn't talk much about Tone, but he's a pretty famous artist.
Oh,
He's
he
done
is.
a lot of stuff.
He-
A Star Trek cover that y'all gave me,
right,
which
right.
was so awesome.
He's done The Simpsons. He did the Snake Plissken comic that
Yes.
he got to work with John Carpenter and got to hang out with Kurt Russell while he was Kurt was wearing the Snake Plissken outfit.
That's just too crazy.
Yeah. No, I don't hate Tone at all.
No.
No,
And it helps that he lives like a block from your
It
house,
does,
so you can bother him anytime. I mean, go visit him anytime you
You know,
want.
exactly. You know what? If he doesn't lock his stuff up, that's not my fault. It's not my fault.
Exactly.
It's just going to fall off the truck if it's going to. So Matt and I are actually going to work up the top 5 Batman iterations.
Oh, sweet.
Yeah, so it doesn't necessarily mean movie or TV or comic or cartoon. It's whatever you want it to be. And this one I'm finished with, and I found it very, very difficult to choose
Really?
what my favorites were.
Okay.
Because instantly, you want to go to the movies and to the TVs.
Adam West.
Yeah, exactly.
I would probably say Batman Beyond. Just
Yeah.
out of the blue.
Out of the blue, because it is so good.
Yeah, it was.
But do you like Batman Beyond TV series? The Batman Beyond comic books?
I would go with the cartoon.
Yeah. So that's, again, I like to make it a little difficult.
I see that. I see that.
Cody Chamberlain and I, again, we're working on top 5 gangster films or mob films.
Scarface, Al Pacino.
So many movies that I've only maybe watched once.
Okay.
Gosh, so I'll tell you, I've had to go
You've
back.
only seen Scarface once?
Yes.
No way.
Yes
I've seen
way.
that movie like 30 times.
I bet you have.
Wow.
Say hello to my little friend.
Yes, yes.
Not a big fan.
Oh, okay. Hey,
Yeah.
hey, that's fine.
Not a big fan. It's one of those movies, though, that I don't understand why so many people like it. Sometimes I can watch a movie and
Because
say,
of Al Pacino, Tony Montana.
that's true. It's probably
you got
true.
Al Pacino playing Tony Montana.
Yeah.
You gotta love it.
Did they ever do a sequel to that movie?
Did not.
Did not,
But
huh?
I think they're doing a remake, believe
Oh,
it
my
or not.
God.
Yeah.
Go figure. There are so many great mafia movies, though. But
Yes.
you know me, I've always got to go off the rail a little bit. Aside from Goodfellas and Casino. and
Goodfellas, best movie ever.
yeah.
Godfather Part 2, best movie ever.
I've got things on my list like Johnny Dangerously from 1984.
I remember that.
With pre-Batman Michael Keaton.
Michael Keaton.
And another one that I just got in this week that I'm really excited to sit down and watch, Innocent Blood
Innocent Blood.
from John Landis,
Oh, wow.
1992.
Okay.
It's about a female vampire who is going through the ranks of mafia guys and killing them and eating them. And she accidentally turns Mafia Don Robert Loggia.
Oh, awesome. He's still alive.
And then he starts turning his people. So I'm going to be interested to see that. I remember watching a long time ago. And,
Okay.
of course, with Landis, it's got to be good.
Yes.
And then here's one that I kind of found very interesting. I'm going to be doing the top 5 Edgar Allan Poe from literature.
Oh.
With Lily's teacher.
What?
Miss Tiffany DeMontre.
Oh, you better be straight, man.
I know.
She'll have a ruler.
She will. But this lady, I've known her since she was Abby's teacher.
Oh, okay.
Back when they did Quiz Bowl.
Okay.
The door to her classroom is painted with the raven, and she has a quote. Oh, so I know that this is going to be good. And she was very excited when I came to her.
Wow.
Because now it's an excuse for her to go back and reread all of this stuff.
Oh, wow, yes.
So, and I'll tell you, you want to talk about a hard choice. This is a list that, oh my gosh, how do I choose just 5 of them, And the interesting thing, too, while going back and reading them, is how short or how long they were compared to what it grew into.
Okay.
One of my favorite Vincent Price films is a film called The Conqueror Worm, or in the U.S., I think they called it Witchfinder General. One of his best performances.
I think that's the movie I saw the other day.
Where he's like a total jerk and he goes around killing and... that's the movie that I'm talking about. That is like probably a 20-line poem.
Oh, wow.
And they turned it into that big movie.
Wow.
But Corman could do just about anything. So, but then you got Mask of the Red Death, Pit and the Pendulum, personal favorite of mine, The Cask of Amontillado.
Oh, wow. Didn't Plan 9 from Outer Space, wasn't that a poem?
I think you're right. Yeah. I think it was an adaptation that Poe did of a Shakespeare story.
Oh, he blames it on Shakespeare.
Yes. He blames it on Shakespeare.
Okay.
And then I've got to find the right person to sit down and do the films of Larry Cohen.
Larry Cohen.
Yeah, Larry just passed away earlier this year.
Okay.
And I mean, he was doing stuff, right up to the end. I mean, he did Cellular in 2004. He did the story for that. He did the scripting for the reboot of It's Alive back in 2009.
Okay.
I didn't know this, but he actually was the writer for Phone Booth.
Phone Booth.
Yeah, that's the movie with blah, 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 where he goes to answer a phone and there's
Yeah.
It's kind of funny when you realize that, because one of his first major breakthroughs was God Told Me To, which is about a man who's shooting people randomly. So,
of course.
But he's got a lot of good films in there. Stuff is one of my favorites.
Yes, we were just talking about that.
Yeah, and he, of course, did the It's Alive movies.
That would be a good podcast.
What's
all the stars we lost in 1 year, and you talk about those stars and what they meant to you.
That's a good one. That's a good one.
Starting with whatever year you want.
Yeah.
Because we lose so many every year.
Deceased. Okay. Well, you know what? That's a perfect segue. Here's a list of some other top 5 ideas I'm thinking about.
Shoot them.
Best fight scenes.
Okay. Patrick Swayze.
Which one, though?
Roadhouse.
Yeah, but which one?
Oh, yeah. In Roadhouse, there's like 30.
Yeah, because one of my favorites is where Patrick Swayze is fighting the guys who are stealing the liquor.
Yes.
When Sam shows up and just stands there and watches him get his butt kicked for a little while.
That scene parallels the scene in Footloose when they come out of the back. Same setup. There's the truck and the guys are fighting. Same kind of setup. Same kind of.
Does Kevin Bacon rip anybody's throat out in that movie?
No, Kevin's not quite there yet.
Okay. Yeah. That's true. That's true. Best comic book movies. Best use of a rock and roll song that's not a musical.
Okay.
Perfect example, Beastie Boys, both in Star Trek 2009.
Yuck.
And Star Trek.
Yuck.
Yeah. Hey, rock and roll is going to defeat these peepers in space.
On a motorcycle. Yeah. Thank you, J.J. Abrams.
Top vehicular homicides.
Ooh.
Yeah, of course, The Car with James Brolin would have to make that list.
what's that documentary that came out in the 70s, maybe early 80s about actual car wrecks?
Oh, yeah.
What was it? It was a series of DVDs.
All I want to keep saying is Faces of Death.
Yes.
Is that it?
Faces of Death, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
There you
And
go.
it was actual live people getting smashed up.
Wow. Settle down, Chuck. Settle down. Growths and shrinkage.
Okay, you get into dangerous territory there.
No. Of the whole individuals.
Okay.
Like the Incredible Shrinking Man or the 50-Foot Woman.
Try lead off with that.
Yeah.
Movies about...
Oh, Lord.
Please
put your kids away, people. Put your kids away.
This is PG-rated show.
Top 5 movies based on a TV show.
Okay. 18.
Here's one I'm interested in trying. Top 5 movies where the villain was actually better than the hero.
Ooh.
And I don't mean just that they turned in a crazy performance. I mean where the actual villain in the story was doing the right thing.
Yes.
Yet ends up being cast as the villain because the heroes. So many interesting things on there.
Now, I just finished Game of Thrones season 4. And Arya Stark, the youngest daughter, she's with the burnt villain guy. He's a villain, but he helps her, he protects her until, whatever happens to him.
Right.
So that's kind of
that way. Top 5 bug movies.
Oh,
Starship Troopers could be on that again.
Yes,
Yes. And of course, we'd have to do Slither, Them. Yeah. Them could also be in shrinkage or growth.
Yeah.
That's true. Top 5 presidential movies.
Okay.
Dave, the American President. Independence Day.
Oh, yep.
All of those would be great. Best buddy or duo movies.
Okay.
We could do
you can't,
Arnold and
Danny
DeVito as twins.
Morgan Freeman played the president in, about 30 movies?
About 30 movies.
Yeah, just had to throw that in there.
29 because I think Sam Jackson's played him in the other one.
Okay, gotcha.
Best deal with the devil.
Ooh.
So you've got, of course, the devil and Daniel Webster, and then you've got that
Tiger Woods. No.
A little interesting, best Star Wars lightsaber duels.
Ooh, okay.
Yeah.
Got a few of those. And
exactly.
more coming out next month.
So that would be cool to put those in. Best Hitchcock films.
Okay,
which, side note, Hanging with Hitch, our other podcast, will be coming soon, where a friend and I sit down and watch a Alfred Hitchcock film and give our own little spin to it.
Okay.
Yeah. And you and I will be sitting down. As a matter of fact, I think I've got you listed already as to what movie you have.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah.
Okay.
So then I'm also thinking about the films of Larry Cohen, which we talked about.
Right.
Roger Corman films.
Oh, yes.
Some good ones. He and Lloyd Kaufman both have this amazing ability to find raw talent, get them in, and then watch them skyrocket away from them.
For 1 or 2 movies and then come back down.
Gosh, it's amazing.
They Live.
Yeah.
He did that? They Live?
No. They Live.
Who did that one?
John Carpenter.
Yeah, okay, yeah.
Hey, lady, you look like you put your head in a cheese dip. Best head scratchers. Exactly. When you finished a movie and you're like,
what just happened?
Yeah.
I am confused.
Exactly. I thought that would be neat. Best Arnold catchphrases.
Oh, wow.
Let's see. Let's rapid fire. Hasta la vista, baby.
Hasta la vista, baby.
Come on.
Man, I can't think.
I'll be back.
Okay, yeah, that's the one. He's used it in about 7 movies.
Come with me if you want to live.
Get to the choppers.
Get to the chopper.
There we go.
Best remakes that were better than the originals.
Ooh.
I think it's going to be a short list.
You think?
I do. I can't really think of any that really are that great. But, this is the time for me to go in and explore. Best follow-up films. Now, does that mean it was a sequel? No.
Okay.
What it means is the best movie that an actor did as a follow-up to his last film.
Okay.
So
that's different.
Yeah, it's going to be difficult, but trying to figure out, that movie where crap. Great movie.
Yes.
My Cousin Vinny. Perfect example.
Great movie.
Not that he was doing crap films,
Right.
but just he finally got into a role and bam! Joe Pesci.
Everywhere.
Marissa Tomei.
Yes.
We watched that last night with Lily.
Okay.
She was
good movie. Karate Kid.
Not impressed.
Oh.
Best kiss.
Okay.
Best love scene. Best love scene or kiss that ends in death.
Wow.
Yeah, I don't know why. It just came to me.
Okay.
Best all-around catchphrases. Okay, from any movie, any person. Best disaster films. And I'm thinking about saying best disaster films of the Irwin Allen.
Okay, or a decade. Like
right.
Best of the 70s, best of the 80s.
See, I would have to do 70s and 80s because The Swarm is always going to be a favorite of mine.
Yeah.
Best cameos. Now, Tina actually came up with this one, and it's not supposed to be where someone is in it as a role,
right.
but really one of those things like where, was it Bill Murray? No, it was Dan Aykroyd who was in Casper the Friendly Ghost.
Okay.
Or Sigourney Weaver shows up at the end of Cabin in the Woods.
Okay. Yeah.
And then top 5 favorite favorites.
Oh.
And then top 5 deceased stars.
There you go.
Jerk told me to do that one. I don't know if I will, though.
Or top 5 fast food restaurants that do not exist anymore. Burger Chef.
Oh, top 5 fast food that are only in the movies.
Oh, yeah.
Big Burger Belly, or whatever that is.
Big Boys Burger. Yeah, I know what you're talking about.
Big
yes.
Belly. Yeah, or the Kahuna Burgers from Quentin Tarantino's.
I just saw one today on Friday the 13th, the Jason Voorhees burger.
There you go. Does it chop itself? I mean, how's that?
Yeah. Yes.
Well, this has worked out pretty good. I think we've got just over 45 minutes here in the can. Yeah.
That's awesome. That's like a trip to Lake Charles.
It is. It is. Except we don't have canes at the end of it.
That's true. Well, I'm sure there's a Cane's close by.
There is. That's what I had before you showed up.
Oh, well, there you go.
So I just want to say thank you very much for coming in and sitting with me, Chuck.
It was fun.
It has been
fun.
We're
going to do it again.
Yes, we will.
I will crash you and Kevin's party. I will.
I think you should.
And I might crash a few others.
I think you should.
Just to be that third guy.
I'm looking for, well, you're usually a third wheel anyway, so
yes, exactly.
That's what we feel.
Exactly.
I'm actually looking forward to having all 3 of us in this room.
You have 2 friends. I have 1.
Oh,
so,
that's true. That's
together we can have 3.
3?
That's ridiculous.
Oh, man. I don't even know that I could handle that.
Yeah,
I just don't know.
Yeah.
All right. Well, that's about going to wrap it up for today. Thank you for joining us and listening, and stick with us. Come back for Fave Five From Fans, the podcast. I don't know how to wrap it up.
Say, so long from Hulk Boy in Hollywood. See you next week.
So long from Hulk Boy in Hollywood.
See you next week.
See you next week.